Hello again, everyone. It's great to be with you. Our gospel this morning is from the 17th chapter of Luke. The apostles said to the Lord, "Increase our faith." The Lord replied, "If you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and planted in the sea,' and it would obey you. Who among you would say to your slave who has just come in from plowing or tending sheep in the field, 'Come here at once and take your place at the table'? Would you not rather say to him, 'Prepare supper for me, put on your apron and serve me while I eat and drink, and later you may eat and drink'? Do you thank the slave for doing what was commanded? So you also, when you have done all that you were ordered to do, say, 'We are worthless slaves. We have done only what we ought to have done.'" The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. If I had more faith. I think most of us have struggled with that at some point in our lives. If I just had more faith, I wouldn't have so many questions or doubts. If I just had more faith, God would answer my prayers. If I just had more faith, he wouldn't have died, or she would have recovered. If I just had more faith, I would be more involved in the church. If I just had more faith, I would be a better person, a better parent, a better spouse. If I just had more faith, I would know what to do. I would handle things better. If I just had more faith, life would be different. This is an approach to faith at least as old as the apostles' own faith. It is an approach that they are taking today in today's gospel. Increase our faith, they asked Jesus. Jesus had just warned them not to become stumbling blocks to others and directed them to forgive as often as an offender repents, even if that is 7 times in one day. That would be difficult. That would be a challenge to live that way. Their response to this command? Increase our faith. It seems like a reasonable request. I mean, if a little is good, a lot must be better. If McDonald's can supersize our fries and drinks, surely Jesus can supersize our faith. The request to increase our faith, the belief that if I had more faith, things would be different, reveals at best a misunderstanding of faith itself, and at worst, demonstrates our own unfaithfulness. Jesus is very clear that faithfulness is not about size or quantity. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, he says, you could say to this mulberry tree, "Be uprooted and planted in the sea," and it would obey you. Faith is not given to us in a packet to be spent as currency in our dealings with God. Faith is not measured out according to how difficult the task or work before us might be. Faith is not a thing we have or get. Faith is a relationship of trust and love. It means opening ourselves to receive another's life and to give our life to another. That other one is Jesus, the Christ. That one faith relationship will conclusively define who we are and how we live. Faith is not about giving intellectual agreement to a particular doctrine or idea. Faith is not about how much or how strongly we believe Jesus' words or actions. When we speak about a married couple's faithfulness, we do not mean they believe or agree with each other's ideas or even a particular understanding of marriage. They are faithful because they have committed themselves to each other in love and trust. They are faithful because they are continually giving their life to the other and receiving the other's life as their own. They are faithful because they carry with them that one relationship wherever they go, in all that they are and all that they do. So it is in our faith relationship with Jesus. Faith, however, will not change the circumstances of our lives. Instead, it changes us. Living in faith does not shield us from the pain and difficulties of life. It does not undo the past, and it will not guarantee a particular future. Rather, faith is the means by which we face and deal with the circumstances of life, the difficulties and losses, the joys and successes, the opportunities and possibilities. Faith does not get us a pat on the back, a reward, or a promotion in God's eyes. It is simply the way in which we live and move and have our being, so that at the end of the day, the faithful ones can say without pride or shame, we have done only what we ought to have done. Nothing more, nothing less. We have lived in openness to trust in and love of Christ. We have allowed him to guide our decisions, our words, and our actions. We have been sustained by him in both life and death. Faith is not lived out in the abstract. It is practiced day after day in the ordinary, everyday circumstances. Some days, when the pain and heaviness of life seem more than we can carry, it is by faith relationship with Jesus that we get up each morning and face the reality of life. Other days may present other circumstances when we feel the pain of the world and respond with compassion by feeding the hungry, housing the homeless, speaking for justice. When we experience the brokenness of a relationship and offer forgiveness and mercy. When we see the downtrodden and offer our presence and prayers. And all those who have lived, seen, and acted by faith. Then there are days when we feel powerless, lost, and do not know the way forward. By faith, we sit in silence and wait. Faith, then, is how we live, the lens through which we see ourselves, others, and the world, the criterion by which we act and speak. Faithfulness means that no matter where we go, no matter what the circumstances we face, we do so in relationship with the one who created, loves, sustains, and redeems us, the one who abolished death and brought life and immortality to light through the gospel. Jesus does not supersize our faith. It's unnecessary. We live by faith not because we have enough faith, but because we have faith, any faith, even mustard-sized faith. That is all we need. Jesus believes that, and you know what? We should too. The question is not how much faith we have, but rather how are we living the faith we do have? How is our faith, our relationship with Jesus, changing our lives, our relationships, the lives of others? If it has no effect, more of the same will surely make no difference. The mustard seed of faith is already planted within us. It is Christ himself. He has withheld nothing from us. We already have enough. We already are enough. We do not need more faith. We need more response to faith, the Christ, the mustard seed, the relationship we already have. And all God's blessed people say, Amen. Have a wonderfully blessed week.